everyone, it's Fantayzia and welcome to another Sims 4 discussion video. So today we're going to be talking about open neighborhoods and story progression. So I really just wanted to talk about this today. I have of course briefly talked about these things within like other discussions, and there's like videos that I've done where I've had ideas about things and I mentioned these things, but I just wanted to make an in-depth video talking about these two things because I feel like they're so important and kind of like looked over, I just feel like there's something that's never going to happen, but I feel like it's something that would make The Sims 4 so much better. So recently we did find out that The Sims 4 is going to be eventually, I don't really know when, I don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually The Sims 4 is going to be getting more depth to the base game, more challenge. So that could mean that we're going to be getting some more story progression. So I just felt like this was the perfect time to talk about it. Now as for open neighborhoods, I don't think they're going to give us something like that when it comes to more depth and more challenge, but it is something that I felt like, I could include in this. It kind of goes together in certain ways. So story progression, I'm really hoping to see more of. Like seriously, I really am. I do think that that will be something they slowly add more in. I feel like we've been hearing more about it. I feel like there's been some live streams where they've answered like some questions briefly about this and stuff, and I feel like that's a good sign. So I do think this is something we could get in the future, and I just wanted to talk about like what I'd love to see. So, and things that I've noticed in my gameplay. So it's not that The Sims 4 has zero story progression. I mean, sometimes things happen in my game that I haven't done, and it's like in other households, and in The Sims 4, Sims can get pregnant and things of that sort, even if you're not playing with them. But I feel like something I've noticed a lot is when you're not playing with a Sim and then say you go like decide to switch to their household, a lot of times they don't really have any friends and they don't really have like anything going on. Sometimes they don't even have a career, like they just kind of don't have much going on, like not much personality, and they don't really have many skills. Usually it's like the bare minimum, like very basic. Recently I was actually switching to some other households in one of my save files that I've had for like over a year, so plenty time for things to happen with other Sims around town. But for whatever reason, the Sim literally only knew two other Sims. One of them was my own Sim, and the other one was a Sim that's involved with the other Sim. So if you guys watch that Let's Play that I'm referring to, you might know what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna like ramble on there about that. But yeah, I was like, okay, like, this Sim has been in this world for a long time and doesn't really know anyone, didn't have a career, didn't really have any skills, didn't really have anything going on. Something that is a little bit better when it comes to like the story progression feel is that now with likes and dislikes, Sims will get likes and dislikes even when you're not playing with them. And we know this for a fact because there's a thing where if a Sim is near your lot or on the same lot as you and they suddenly, are about to get a like or dislike, it'll pop up on your own screen and it'll be some random Sim and it'll be like, do they like or dislike fitness? And you'll be like, what the heck? This is a random Sim. I don't care. And you'll just like choose it. So although that can be annoying, it does kind of show that like, okay, things are happening with other Sims around town that we're not playing with. It's like a form of like story progression in a way, like stuff's happening. But I just feel like that's very, again, bare minimum. And I would love to see more. I would love to see things like The Sims 2 days. I don't know. I feel like even in The Sims 3, we always need like story progression mods. I don't know if you guys all play The Sims 3, but those of you who have, you guys might be familiar with the story progression mod, and it just was game changing. And it made such a difference with the Sims around town, and it was just so much more fun, like more unexpected things would happen. And yeah, so I just think that that needs to be worked on a lot, and I feel like it would bring players in more and make them want to play gameplay more, because a big problem with The Sims 4 is like a lot of people get bored with the gameplay, and it's slowly gotten better over the years, but like, there's just it's just not there. It's not the same as like other Sims games. A lot of people feel this way, and I mean, for some people The Sims 4 is their favorite. I mean, it's one of my favorites. I mean, there's definitely things I prefer with the previous Sims games. I think Sims 2 will always be my number one, but I don't really play The Sims 2 very much anymore, and I always just gravitate towards The Sims 4 just because, The Sims 4 is obviously very updated and it's very like easy to use, and I feel like it doesn't have as many issues. Of course it has glitches, but I feel like, obviously the other Sims games, they can just have like issues that games nowadays wouldn't really have. Like, you have to do all these things to make The Sims 2 work, which once you get it working, it's totally fine. But, you know, I feel like I can just start up The Sims 4, everything's just working right away, and I could just play, and yeah, like, everything's very easy to navigate, and like, you can switch back and forth from households within that save, and you can have, like, obviously you have your different save files, but then within those save files, you can visit any world you want. You're not restricted to one world, and just things like that make me always go to The Sims 4. But like, there's a bunch of other things that are missing, and I just feel like story progression is like a big thing. So before we get into the whole open neighborhood stuff, let's go ahead and do our notification shout out. So this one goes to Sheila. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, the video you commented on was actually really long, and it got edited down so much shorter. I didn't even realize it was going to get edited down that much shorter. That sometimes happens on different Let's Plays depending on what's happening. But yeah, I wish it was longer too. Thank you for the support. Honestly, it means so much that you could watch me forever, and I'm glad that you like the outro, and thank you so much. I'm glad I inspire you. So if you guys want a chance to be in a notification shout out, all you gotta do is comment down below. So now on to the open neighborhood. So like I said, like I've briefly mentioned this before, but like I feel like this is something that is very doable, and maybe I'm wrong because I obviously don't do programming when it comes to games. So I could be completely wrong, but it just seems like this could happen. I understand like no open worlds, but obviously in The Sims 4, we have these neighborhoods, and you can see everything in those neighborhoods. But then if you try to like go from one lot to another, you have a loading screen. Now, this is not the biggest deal. If you have a computer that has quick loading screens, I feel like it's only really inconvenient when your loading screens take really long. But some people even have a great computer and their loading screens are just taking forever nowadays, which sucks. So if you're dealing with that, I'm so sorry. But you know, for the most part, it's not that big of a deal. But then when you really think about it, I feel like if the whole neighborhood was open that you're in, it'd be so much more lively, and like you could like, I just feel like it'd be more fun to visit other lots in that neighborhood. It'd be more fun to like follow your sim places, and then also cars. It would be great for cars because you can actually like drive around with them for a little bit. The neighborhoods can have quite a decent amount of space. And I know that, you know, with some of the newer packs, we're able to explore more within an area before we're kind of cut off. But again, still, if you want to go into another lot, there is a loading screen. And I just feel like if it was all just connected as an open neighborhood, you could like knock on another Sim's door. Like you could, like when you knock on your neighbor's house and you can see their house right there, literally beside your house. And then you're just playing, it's like a whole vibe, and then all of a sudden it's like the illusion is broken because you're redirected to a loading screen. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if that's because I've played The Sims 3 for years or what, but something about that, I don't know. Like, or like, for example, when your Sims live in an apartment, when you knock on your neighbor's apartment door literally just across the hall, all of a sudden it's a loading screen. And I feel like it kind of like messes with the immersion. Like, I don't know. So I just feel like if you could just walk right into their house, like it would just feel more like seamless gameplay. I don't know if that's just me, but I just think like The Sims 4 would really benefit from open neighborhoods. And I don't think that would cause lag because, I mean, like I've said, like the neighborhood's already like quote unquote open. Like you can go walk around everywhere. It's just that if you try to go to another lot, then you know, you're stuck in a loading screen. I don't know. I don't think it would like cause really any lag issues, but again, I could be wrong, but it just seems like it would be fine. And I mean, if it's a whole thing, like, you know, making The Sims 4 run well on lower NPCs, they could even make it so you can enable open neighborhoods or disable it. I feel like they could do that because the game already has like closed neighborhoods. So they could keep like that and then expand it to have the ability to unlock open neighborhoods so you can turn it on. Again, like that's probably never gonna happen, but it would I just think it would make such a difference. And like also something I always worry about with open world like The Sims 3 is that sometimes you go to a certain part of the world and it feels really dead, and that's because the Sims are all scattered through the world. And especially if you're playing in a big world in The Sims 3, you know, it's like sometimes you go to the park and there's like no one there really. So that would always suck. Usually there's a couple Sims there, but in The Sims 2 and The Sims 4, I find if I go visit a lot, lots of Sims show up. It feels like alive, right? But then you're like restricted to that lot. So then it also feels kind of like empty at the same time. So I feel like if the neighborhoods are open, I feel like it would be the perfect in between, because it's not like the neighborhoods are giant. So I feel like the Sims could be like equally scattered very well throughout the neighborhood. Because like when you're inside a neighborhood, just walking around the sidewalks and stuff like that, I feel like there's a decent amount of Sims around just walking about. So I feel like if it was just open, there'd be a pretty like equal amount of Sims like in each lot, you know? And it's not like there's like a bunch of community lots in one neighborhood either. So, you know, I just feel like it would be completely fine. So that's something that I really just hope eventually comes to The Sims 4. What do you guys think? I do kind of feel like we're going to be getting more story progression, like I said. Open neighborhoods, I don't know. I haven't seen any hints for that, but I was just wanted to express like why I feel like both of those things would tie really nicely into The Sims 4 and make a big improvement with it. And we all know that they're just trying to improve The Sims 4 right now. It doesn't seem like we're getting The Sims 5 anytime soon. It could be in development. We kind of have gotten a lot of signs that show us that it is in development, even though it's not officially announced yet. There's been many like different articles talking about the next Sims game and how it's in development. They haven't specifically said The Sims 5, but that's what it probably is, unless they went with a different name, but like that's pretty unlikely. So yeah, we kind of know that a new game is being created, but it could be like quite a few years off, of course, and especially because we haven't seen anything yet. We haven't like seen an official sim from a new Sims game. We haven't like seen any like early photos, nothing like that. No trailer, no official announcement. So it's probably a while off. And obviously, we know that the Sims team wants to go back and fix previous game packs and stuff like that. So it looks like they're trying to fix everything wrong with The Sims 4 before The Sims 5, perhaps. So if that's the case, I just think these two things would be really good improvements. And yeah, I just wanted to speak with you about it today. I thought I would do a little discussion video. I was in a talkative mood. So go ahead and comment down below your thoughts. I'm just curious. And I'm also curious, like, your guys' ideas as well. Like, what are some things that you feel like would improve your experience with The Sims 4? If you're struggling with gameplay, like what's something that you feel like would make gameplay better? You know, where you maybe like if you're on PC, maybe, and you use a lot of mods, what's like some things they could add to the game that would make you, you know, be able to use less mods? And then of course, if you're on console, just what's something that you feel like has been always been missing for you that you feel like would just make your experience better and make you want to play for a longer amount of time? So with that said, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.